Hello, Jewell family, and welcome to another Friday update. This one coming to you from the stage in Gano Chapel, the famous stage where in 1973 Luciano Pavarotti gave his debut recital here in the United States thanks to Richard Harriman and the William Jewell College Performing Arts Series at the time. I thought it was quite fitting to come to you from the Gano stage where Pavarotti performed because I want to talk about the arts at William Jewell today, and specifically the Harriman Jewell series, which of course has had to suspend its season and canceled 6 performances as a result. But unsurprisingly, over 60% of our patrons for the series have donated their tickets for the remainder of the year, anticipating our 56th season, which is right around the corner, and the season has already been announced. I encourage you to go and check it out. And speaking of world-class performances, you may not know this, but we have a new faculty member here at William Jewell, Daniel Belcher, who is a Grammy Award-winning alumnus of William Jewell and a world-renowned baritone. And Danny lives here with his family in Liberty, so even though he's traveling the world performing, he also has joined our faculty as the founding faculty member for a graduate artist diploma in voice. This program is focused on really training the instrument and the craft of world-class performers over a 2-year period. The program launches in the fall. He's already been recruiting his first class, which is intentionally small because this is meant to be a boutique experience with 2 individualized lessons a week. But we're ecstatic that Danny has founded this program for us, and we're going to look forward to welcoming those students to the Hill in the fall of 2021, I think it would be. So I did ask Danny, as a performer, I wanted to hear his reflections on what it's been like to transition away from regular performances and how his peers and he have responded to that. And I wanted to read just a little bit of what Danny shared because it's a beautiful reflection. He said, "At this time, we're missing community and the ability to examine our own lives and souls through sound and story. We will be together again, I assure you of that. And when we do, our job will be to lead with our voices, with our stories, and with our expression. The arts serve many roles. Through music, word, dance, and the visual arts, we can inspire, entertain, provoke, question, illuminate, and in this case, heal. I, for one, will be there to do my part." And we're so glad that you will, Danny, and we're glad that you're part of our community. So Danny is a member of the music department, of course, which has done all kinds of creative things to keep their students engaged. But one of the things that they're doing with prospective students is inviting those students to come and give virtual performances and have master classes essentially with the faculty. And Danny Belcher is the MC of that particular Monday gathering, these Monday concerts, which, if you know Danny, is quite fitting and perfect. But this is a wonderful way for prospective students to get to know our faculty, to really understand what we're all about here at William Jewell, and particularly within our music program, and to experience the really rich and engaging experience and educational opportunity of having that one-on-one moment of critique and engagement and encouragement that happens in these kinds of settings. So we're so thrilled that the music department is reaching out and sharing the best of what it does with our future Jewell students. All right, now to be outdone, but the theater department has been very busy as well. They've been offering courses, of course, that have had to go online, and when your craft is really all about personal engagement, that can be challenging, as has been the case for Dr. Wyman's Introduction to Stage Design, but he has found ways to get around it, and in fact has said that in many respects, the design course has been aided by Zoom because students can share their designs, and in real time they can offer feedback and critique, and they can make adjustments. So he's made the most of this technology on which we all have become reliant to continue the excellent education of his students. And then in Professor McCoy's acting classes, this medium is perhaps a little bit easier for that, but I absolutely loved something that he shared with his students that I think is an important reminder for all of us. He reminded them that even though this is disruptive and we've moved to online learning, much of Shakespeare's life and work was also shaped by disruption and plague. And he said, we all respond to our environments in creative and unique ways, and ever inventive ways of reflecting the world around us. And he says, hopefully with hindsight, we will view this era as a time for reinvention and renewal that may just lead to a renaissance in artistic output in the future. So I love that our theater department is part of the future renaissance that we all can look forward to. Okay, finally, I want to talk about our literary magazine, Inscape, which came out on Wednesday. And you can access it online any old time. The content is free. But I want to give a shout out to Dr. Ruth Williams, who is a professor of English, and she is our creative writing and poetry specialist. She's absolutely a marvelous educator, and we're so fortunate to have Dr. Williams here with us. But she reminded me that there were 2 students in particular who, when we went online, needed to make sure that the magazine got out. And so these students are editor-in-chief, Cameron White, who's a junior English major, and the web editor, Brielle Bunton, who's a senior English major. Thank you to both of those students, to Dr. Williams, to everybody who contributed to the magazine and who worked on the magazine. Please go check it out online. We're really proud of what we do with creative writing and the arts here at William Jewell. So fellow Cardinals, here's your challenge for the week. Think about how the arts can be reflective for you right now in this moment, can be generative for you right now in this moment. How can it help you to bridge to the next part of all of this that we're experiencing, and how can it remind you of our shared humanity? That's the challenge that I'm going to leave you with here this week. In the meantime, my fellow Cardinals, Deo Visus Labora.